So this is the HODLMM ZEST Bootcamp, right? This has been a couple weeks in the making, and we've been very excited to do this for you and get this together. So let me jump straight into it. I do have some things that I wanted to cover directly on my tabs here. Let's first just take a look at ZEST on CoinMarketCap. Take a quick look. It has been in a trend line for respecting this trend line so far. I'm not saying that it will. This is not financial advice, and always do your own research. Make sure that this is for, know that this is for education and research purposes only.
No financial advice, but note the trend here. Not usual for a launch. Usually, like the upward trajectory usually ends pretty soon. But look, this is holding up pretty well. It's bullish. Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably one of the cleanest charts I've seen right now. And also, you can go head over to Dex Screener or Dex Tools. You can see the different buys coming in, different sells coming in real time, so, which I also think is very cool. Whenever Zest launched, it launched on several different major platforms. Gate, we had KuCoin, Mexi, uh, a few of them, right? And then we also saw smaller exchanges start to list Zest. So it is one of those things that is okay. And this is tenderly here, and this is probably going to be like close to the cutoff. We are almost 10 minutes in, so right at the 10-minute mark, we will do the cutoff. Um, but yeah, it's been popping, guys. It's been popping, and one way that I've been capturing this volatility and trading is on the HODLMM, right? So app.bitflow.finance/trade will take you directly to this swap here. But we're gonna focus mainly today on the earn page.
And
Before we get into
before
all of
before
that, um,
one piece of alpha for everybody. We
yeah.
now have a dedicated SES page along with sentiment charts from Lunar Crush directly on the site. So if you head over to the swap and then switch pairs, flip the pairs here in the middle. Yep, the button in the middle, yep, and then go to advanced view, and yep.
Ooh,
And if you scroll down, you see all the sentiments, all the stats that you can add, and give you a little bit of edge over there.
look at that.
No, these are normally you require you gotta have a paid subscription normally for these.
This is awesome. Yeah, Lunar Crush is a very
So this gives
based
you like a
analytics
alpha, gives you a little
platform.
bit of edge.
Yeah, it's literally some great alpha here. So one thing is for certain is that Lunar Crush is a paid platform to use their API. So to see that we have now these types of social analytics, trading volume, market cap, all of these things, all of these metrics, uh, free to use for our Bitflow users right here on the Zest chart. This is huge alpha. So you can go in here and you can click price, and you can obviously see price, but you can also click market cap and track the market cap versus the price. You can also do trading volume as well. You can see how trading volume is moving in a curve. Um, 11:10. I think that this is the last one, last two here. So, Jaquim, I recognize this name, and Marcus. All right, so it's now closed, and we are resuming class here. So we only got an hour. So let's get back to it, guys. Look at this, how clean this Lunar Crush analytics. And you can mix it up. You can mix it up too. You can go to the daily time frame and see how things are performing against each other. You can mix it up here. Say you just wanted price and you wanted to see mentions. So mentions like this, and then the sentiment as well. The sentiment going a little, getting a little volatility there as well, and also the alt rank. You can check that out as well. And then Galaxy Score. Galaxy Score. Mac, did you want to get a little bit into what this Galaxy Score is?
I believe it's one of lunar crash metrics. Uh, just to kind of give you a little bit of an edge on like an if you look on the little TM, do you see the little info tooltip? No?
Info tooltip. Is it upon mouse hover? Is it upon mouse hover? Maybe where am I looking for this tooltip? Let's see. So also powered by Lunar Crush. So if you guys wanted to go check out Lunar Crush yourself, you could absolutely do that. But yeah, I'm not seeing.
So it's basically like an aggregate score from Luna Crush
Ah,
for sentiment. Yep.
so all of these things, so price, market cap, trading volume, engagements, mentions, sentiment, alt rank, is your Galaxy score. So you can pair up these different metrics against each other, and it's live. So this is live data right here, right on the ZEST swap. So really big alpha there. The first thing that I wanted to kind of crack down on really quickly on how to get started. We're gonna navigate over here. Of course, everybody registered with this Luma link here to get activated, and then you know, let's start with the basics first, right? So, what do we need to get started? First thing to get started, we need Stacks wallets, right? Because these are Stacks products. So, how to get a Stacks wallet? Uh, Compatible Stacks wallets. So, Leather wallet is the preferred wallet. I do use both Leather and Xverse. And if you really wanted to, you just kind of experiment and figure out which wallet works best for you. The next thing you want to do is fund that wallet with some STX, whether it be from a SEX, a centralized exchange, or whatever onboarding that you can find. Get some STX into that wallet, because you're going to need it for transaction fees, right? So we have this ZEST airdrop, and how do we get it activated? Well, we're going to need a little bit of STX, and gas fees are minimal in the Stacks ecosystem, very small fees, and very fast blocks. So it should take no time to, takes a few minutes from the SEX's side, but once it gets on chain, it's verified very easily, and then you should see it in your wallet. And that is for your transaction fees. How much STX do you need? So recommended minimum is like 5 STX, so you don't have to keep going back and forth to sexes or wherever your onboarding, your onboard, or your on ramp is, and continuing to have to pay fees to get STX in. So just go ahead and get 5 STX or so, and then you're in the game for a long time. STX, um, you know, fees for transactions are very cheap. So for the boot camp,
And
uh, yeah, what's up, Matt?
oh no, I just want to mention too. And if you guys drop your wallets in, once you create your wallet, we'll be sending over a gas airdrop to get you started, to get you off the gate.
Awesome stuff. So anybody that's brand new and learned about Zest from several of the centralized exchanges is what I would imagine. You can get your gas funded. So we'll be collecting your wallets. Where can we collect wallet? Where can we drop that for people to,
Yep.
again, right here in the open chat here in the call.
Yep. I'll be sending over a form, Google form. Please fill it out, and we'll be sending you the airdrop.
Awesome, getting everybody activated immediately. So this is the way. A little bit of an STX airdrop for all of our participants to sponsor some gas to get you in the game. Let's go. The next thing that I really wanted to cover, we can get into the difference between AMMs and DLMs, but what is the HODLMM? I really just want to just drill this home real quickly. So HODLMM is the high throughput order book style decentralized liquidity market maker. It's a concentrated liquidity engine with institutional grade order book precision designed for your asset For assets you want to hodl, you can focus your capital on specific price ranges instead of spreading it everywhere. So that's the basics of really what it is, and you're going to see exactly what that means getting into this. So traveling over here to my position here, the first thing that you're going to do once you get your leather wallet set up and get your gas in it, and you're going to connect your wallet, right? So right now I am using my Express wallet. Um, it is recommended that you use leather. Right now there's a reason why I'm using both Express and leather. And we're gonna navigate over to the earn page, right? And we're gonna take a look directly at my position and my strategy first, and then we're gonna work our way into the basics from there. Okay, so here we go. We need to make sure that we select HODLMM right here because we do still have legacy pools here in Bitflow. But click HODLMM and you will quickly see that ZEST STX is one of the top pairs at the top here. And let's take a look exactly at what it looks like to provide liquidity, earn fees, get more bang for your buck. So let's check it out. Let me go down to the smaller time frames even and spread this out and just kind of show the volatility range that we are in right now. Right now, I have been looking at this range here between all-time high, and there seems to be some sort of structure here. So I have been coming here and just kind of boxing out areas of interest for myself to go and then add liquidity. And that is my strategy. I'll go and just kind of see where the volatility is, where the buys and sells are happening, somewhere where there's very, very, very large volume, and that's how I formulate my strategy. I'll hustle back over here to Bitflow, and then you can see that I have here. Let me reset the range here, and this is my position. So we're in my position. We're looking at my position personally, and you can see that I have STX in the active price bin. Right now, there is STX and ZEST, right? And that is the only bin that holds both assets. Anywhere underneath that, you're going to be supplying STX, and anywhere above that, you're looking to sell ZEST at higher prices, obviously, if you're buying low and selling high. And what it'll do is it'll capture the volatility as it moves. It'll buy STX for you, and then whenever it goes back up, it'll sell the ZEST at profit. So there are many different volatility strategies that you can then use. Right now, for a reason, I have only the STX side provided because if there were a pullback, I wanted to be prepared, right? So not 100% of the time we're going to be at our computers. So this is a very good point to make. If you have STX and you're looking to swap into ZEST at a good average price, you can come over here and supply single-sided liquidity, which is exactly what this is. So I have some STX here, right? And I can add this into, the rest of my liquidity. You have different volatility strategies. Right now, I am using the bid-ask strategy because at the bottom, right, at the lowest price, you will buy for STX and ZEST on my strategy where I have it marked. This is my position right here. So you can see it highlighted in green. Right here, you can kind of expand it. But the lower it goes, the more I want to buy, right? So this is how this is the bid-ask strategy. Whenever I go to add liquidity, I'm going to be adding some ZEST to this to show you exactly how to do that, right? How to add liquidity to an existing position. Let's see here. So I have my STX liquidity set up in a bid-ask style strategy. You also have the curve strategy, Well, with the curve strategy, you can, what it does is it will take your liquidity and closest to the active bin, that's where most of the liquidity will be spread right there. Yeah, it'll be concentrated closest to the active bin, and then taper off the further you get away from price action in your range that you have defined here. Okay, and with the spot strategy, it is just an even distribution all the way down. Right? See how flat this is right here? It's just taking the liquidity that you wish to provide and then spreading it evenly across your range right here. And you can adjust your range. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. Um, but yeah, I have a specific, like I said, I have a specific zone that I'm speculating on, which is this is my box. This is my box right here. So in between these prices is what you see right here. And I only have the STX side supplied right now because I'm trying to accumulate some more zest with the HODLMM. So right now I'm going to go through adding liquidity. So right now I only have my STX, but to work for DCAing, getting a good average buy on that zest right now, if we do have a pullback, I will be utilizing all of that STX liquidity that I have provided here to buy up zest at cheaper prices. So now I'm going to add the zest side so that I am then selling the zest that I have accumulated at profit whenever it does take a dip and then it comes back into this range here. It'll start selling zest back into STX, and you'll see the active price bin. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more on this so you can see. So the active price bin is right here in gray, and you can see that there is five. Oh, this is just for my position. So in the active bin, we have 14 1,491 zest, and we also have 114 STX in this active bin. One cool thing to point out is that if you swap, whether you're swapping from zest into STX in this pool or vice versa, STX into zest, as long as you do not exceed these numbers that are right here, so say 114 STX, if you wanted to make a buy at this price in the active bin and you buy anything less than 114 STX worth of zest, you will have zero price impact, meaning that you get more bang for your buck, you get more zest, instead of having to deal with slippage, deal with hidden fees on sexes, centralized exchanges. This is the way that we trade. You know, Bitflow has been revolutionizing Bitcoin capital markets, especially with this HODLMM, making it very, very easy for liquidity providers to get a good visualization of what it looks like whenever they're providing liquidity, as well as, we'll get into some more advanced strategies in just a minute when I go to add some liquidity on the zest side of my positions. So I am going to reset this range. Just take a look at where all the liquidity is on zest at the moment. It looks like there's a lot of liquidity up here in between $1 and $1.10, as well as we have some liquidity down all the way down to, let's see, somebody is a buyer around 10 cents down here as well. And then there's a gap here in volume. It could be a very good opportunity for somebody to go provide liquidity in this area, because then you would be one of the sole contributors and users that is utilizing their STX in that area, meaning that you capture more of the fees in that price gap there. So it's a good way to it's a good habit to come to the pool liquidity here, and then identify where liquidity is needed, because then you can earn more fees. So moving on into adding liquidity to my ZEST side of my strategy, what we're going to do is we're going to first click add liquidity, which is right here. I'm going to click max because I want to add this ZEST here to my position. So let's go to my positions here. And I only want to target, since I'm doing single-sided liquidity here, I only want to target everywhere above the active bid. Okay. So if I have a spot strategy set in motion, it'll spread that 3,000 or so, almost 4,000 ZEST evenly across the range that I have set. Now, if I could take a look back here at all-time highs, let's see where all-time highs are and reset the chart. So it looks like my volatility is, pretty much we're at the top of the volatility range right here as far as the ZEST chart says, but I think that, or the Bitflow chart says. So let me just go double check and make sure that my range is still good. So we need 20 cents, right? 20 cents is the high. Try to target that, right? So I think that's about around one, maybe some change here, one and some change STX, and then I'm gonna drag this up. You can set your position, you can target your where you're gonna put your liquidity very easily. You just drag, and here I'm gonna use a bid ask strategy here, and I'm gonna zoom back out. And we're going to see that, hey, doesn't that resemble a little bit more like the bid ask strategy that we have right here now, minus this big old chunk of STX liquidity that I will be rebalancing and taking care of later in this demo. Hopefully, if we get around to it, I'll show you how to remove liquidity as well, and then kind of move your liquidity around, right? But I want to set my highest sells of the ZEST on the highs, right? So I do think that that is smart. So what it'll do as price is moving through these price bins, it'll sell ZEST into STX, right? It'll sell ZEST into STX and then shave off a little bit of profits for you, right? You're buying low and selling high on the automatic. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add this liquidity. So once we have selected what asset, and you can provide dual-sided liquidity if you wanted to, but just first making it simple for right now, I just want to show providing single-sided liquidity. If you wanted to sell your ZEST, in this fashion, you could. So I've selected max, and I also selected a bid ask strategy so that I can, whenever it gets up into this range that I'm speculating on, it'll sell most of it at that top where I'm trying to call it top. Okay. I'm not going to click confirm yet, but I am going to walk you through what it looks like whenever you go to confirm. And then I'm going to make another point, which is another part of the advanced strategy. So there we go. So this should allow me to click the add liquidity button here. You go here and just re-show you. See, I got a bid ask strategy here in a range that I have predefined. And then I'm going to click add liquidity. What it's going to do now is going to prompt me in my experts, just for one moment here. Sometimes experts does that where you have to type in your password, and just want to make sure that I'm being safe and doing my safe practices as well. So here we go. So Next thing it's going to do once you go to add that liquidity is review your transaction, right? In the Xverse wallet, adding liquidity, it is a bit heavier than just a regular transaction like a swap or a transfer. So it's going to try to charge you a little bit more gas. What I do is I edit it to a custom, and it's much less gas than what is needed here. What I am doing here is I usually edit it to about just zero point 0.1 STX, and I'll click apply, and then I'll click confirm, and then it'll add that liquidity right there where I need it. Before I get into adding that liquidity, there's something else that you can do, which is a very, very based strategy. Say you are bullish on ZEST in a different range, right? So, say you're looking at the ZEST chart. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong one. So, say you're looking at this chart and you're like, I'm uber bullish and I'm spectating ZEST to go test 30 cents, right? You know, let's say just a little bit closer. Let's do 22 cents. Okay, so I'm targeting ZEST to break out of this pattern and hit 22 cents. Right? You come back to the HODLMM and figure out where 22 cents is on this. We need that USD button here so that we can correlate the price here. Yes, definitely a lot easier. This is the STX price, right? So this is the price of ZEST and STX, right? But at 20 cents, I do believe. Let's see how far we are. Okay, all right. So you can change this up, and you can go target a limit order. Say I'm bullish on ZEST to go to, um, you know, one stack and 0.5. Well, what you can do, and I'm just dragging it down so I can show you, is target that one bin that is way up there around your where you think it's gonna go if you're speculating it to go to 22 cents and some change. You find the correlating amount in STX, which is about almost 1 STX. You can go and target that individual price bin right here, and then you can add all of your ZEST there instead of spreading it across a range, right, like this across multiple bins. You can target the one place where you think it's going to go, and then add all of your liquidity there, and then you can max it out and add all of the liquidity there. And what will happen is, when you do that, when you go provide around one in one bin. See, we have this one bin here. Is that whenever it meets that price, and mind you, we're human. We all sleep, right? So ZEST may pump to your area of interest while you're asleep. Um, if you have your liquidity provided on the HODLMM, you can use it as a limit order. And a limit order is basically saying, hey, I want to sell at this price, and then a buyer will come in and buy at that price, so, and vice versa. So you can even set limit orders with the HODLMM. And I just wanted to demonstrate that really quickly, so that right? Keeping you in the know that there are multiple different strategies that you can use. That is one of the more advanced ones, right? So say you thought ZEST was going to come back down to about half a zero point 0.5 STX, right? If you pretend that all of this is like this liquidity is not right here, you can go in and target 0.5 STX right here on this. You think this is where you think it's going to go. You can target this exact box, this exact bin right here, and boom, you can add all of your STX liquidity there. And then you have, instead of a DCA order, you have a one big buy for ZEST. You'll swap your STX for ZEST at zero point 0.5 STX per ZEST. So it's really cool to see that you can utilize the HODLMM as a way to set up your limit orders, guys, right here on chain.
And not only that, you're earning fees while you're at it because every trade that happens within that, you're earning a fee because you're in the pool. So you're actually you're winning, coming and going. You're LPing, and you're also swapping for your preferred token.
So that's one thing that I really love is that you're earning APY, right? You're putting your assets that you're bullish long term, to work so that you can earn those fees, so you can earn that passive income, um, you know, and then if you want to set a limit order, you could, there are options on ways to earn with HODLMM. Like I said, we have multiple different strategies. I explained that the strategy here just kind of spot evenly distributes it across the range, right? And right now
And
I'm only doing single-sided liquidity. We've got the curve, which, like you say, like I said, will concentrate your liquidity closest to the active bin that it can. And then with the bid ask, which is my personal strategy that I'm running right now, it spreads the liquidity. I'm still getting little small sells when it's on the price is moving up until finally I at the top of my range sell the rest of the zest that I have in the HODLMM. And then of course price does not go up in a straight line forever. So it may have a retracement back into my STX. So what you'll see is with the zest, if I made it all the way to the top of my range perfectly, and then it reversed, you'll see all of this, instead of it being zest, it'll all be STX in the same shape, right? So what it'll start to do is, with that STX that you now have from selling the zest, it will begin reaccumulating the zest. It'll be reaccumulating all the way through and through in your range, all the way to the bottom. So then you'll be able to accumulate and earn fees, a bigger bag of zest with the HODLMM. So with that, I do want to go ahead.
one more thing.
Oh yeah,
One more thing
absolutely.
that I wanted to
Have
mention.
at it. Yeah, have at it.
And you featured checkout. If you scroll up a little bit, you see
Yeah.
you can set it by market cap as well. So you can
Ooh.
trade the market cap. Yep.
So set
Right
market
there.
cap
Yep.
range. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So for our traders that are now coming in on chain, this is a lot of the ways. A lot of the times, this is the way that they look at the tokens that they are speculating on, is by market cap. So if you think that ZEST is going to get to a certain market cap, you can even speculate that way now. So that is a newer feature, I do believe. So you can set your price range by STX value or market cap range right here, which I really, really do like and I will be using. Um, so yeah, let's go in here and yeah, that's very, very based. It is translatable to other DeFi users, so they can figure out exactly how to navigate using the HODLMM in a language that they understand a little bit better, just by market cap, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add liquidity to my position here. So I'm going to go ahead and max out my ZEST. and then I'm going to go ahead and select the range, which is the same bid ask range that I have selected. I'm not going to add any more STX to it because I'm providing single-sided liquidity. So you can see that I'm adding 0 STX to my position, but it will provide the ZEST portion here to my trades. So I'll go click add liquidity. It's going to prompt your wallet here to come here and confirm. What I do in Xverse is I will go to custom, and I usually typically like to use 0.1 as the the STX gas fee. And then I'll apply that, and then I'll press confirm, and then it'll tell you transaction has been broadcasted. You can click here and see in the Hero Explorer um, what is taking place if you want a deeper look. But if you stay on the HODLMM page here, it will sit here and tell you that the transaction is pending. Now, whenever you are providing liquidity versus just swapping, there are a few more things going on in the background for you, so it may take just a little bit longer for your transaction to confirm, but not much longer. Stacks is a very fast, cheap chain to use, right? As far as gas fees and transaction times. So if we click here, you can even click here, and it'll take you to your recent activity, right? Whenever you click on this transaction pending, it'll take you to your activity tab. It'll allow you to see where you've removed liquidity, swapped, added liquidity, all of that right on this ZEST STX pair. So I love this activity tab. You can also click on each individual transaction, and then it'll give you the link to the Hero Explorer here. So you can see that I withdrew some liquidity here. It's perfect. So just click it down. It's like a hamburger menu. You can see here that it was successful. All of these were successful with flawless execution. You click this down, hamburger menu style. It'll tell you the date that it was this transaction was created, and the last update to the transaction right after that. You can see 1934 and 1934 on the 5th or March 26th of May. Sorry, I forgot what month we're in. The trenches. It's no sleep season, guys. It's no sleep season, so get ready for some exciting stuff. Um, but yeah, so you can check that out from the Hero Explorer there. We are getting to around the end of this discussion. After I have added this liquidity, I'm gonna go back and check on my position and see exactly what it looks like now. What is differing from the before I added my ZEST side to my LP position, and see what has changed, right? I'll go to my positions now, and you can see that right now I only have the STX side, single-sided liquidity provided, with just a bit, like a smidge of ZEST right here to sell. But in a few minutes, once this has been confirmed, allow it just a little bit of time, maybe even a little F5 or a refresh, and boom, you will see that I have my bid ask strategy back in action, and I'm earning fees while trading ZEST and STX automatically. So really cool stuff with the HODLMM. Another thing I wanted to cover just before we get out of here. We're getting around the hour mark, and the Google Meets is starting to yell at me, starting to tell me, hey, this your call will be ending soon. So just wanted to keep you guys in the know. We will open up for questions in just a moment. Just wanted to cover this weekly recap because I thought it was pretty significant to cover this ZEST weekly recap. So here's the full breakdown of what happened on ZEST protocol this week. So this is a big one, guys. Native BTC deposits on ZEST protocol's Stacks Market V2 are live, earning 1.58% APY. ZEST protocol now offers a more Bitcoin native experience for earning BTC yield. So this is pretty cool. Users and Bitcoiners alike are able to take their native Bitcoin from L1 and then go provide it on ZEST and start earning up to 1.58% APY without any bridges, any wrappers, or anything like that. Makes it very easy. Instead of having to go through all the confusing steps, it is built in. It is a product made for you to get started instead of having to ask a million questions or getting tripped up and like, who do I look for advice? This is one of those products that makes onboarding easier for our newer Bitcoiners that are trying to put their Bitcoin to work. So I really love this option for ZEST. So go check that out. That is actually on the earn page here. So if you navigate to app.zestprotocol.com and you click earn, you can see that you can deposit your BTC right here, and then it starts earning after it'll walk you straight through a couple steps. You'll supply your SBTC to ZEST protocol, and then that's that. And it takes about 20 to 40 minutes because Bitcoin is slow, right? That's why we have an L2 that is cheaper and faster to transact on. This is the why for Stacks, bringing programmability such as this to Bitcoin. So I'm really stoked to see that L1 can move into L2 seamlessly with the earn BTC yield page. Very, very cool stuff. Headed back to the weekly recap, ZEST, the native token of ZEST protocol, is live on Binance Alpha, KuCoin, Gate, HTX, which is Huobi, Bitflow, Mexi, and Aster. So after all of the major partnership listings, we saw a lot of smaller exchanges start to list ZEST as well. Perpetual contracts with up to 20x leverage and stuff like that. So there's some leverage getting into the system, which is good. We need a little bit of traders. We need a little bit of hodlers. We need a little bit of everything for ZEST to be successful, right? And price discovery will happen naturally over time because of that. Really, really cool to see how many different exchanges ZEST is available on, whether it's spot or just a perpetual contract, right? ZEST is now trading on multiple perpetual future markets, including Aster, Gate, Mexi, KuCoin, and another one here. Here's a little bit of alpha for you. Weeks. That's WEEX. It is another smaller exchange. You can only open very, very small positions. And of course, this is not financial advice, right? If you're playing with leverage, you're at risk for liquidation. So be careful and educate yourself before you go jumping into leverage trades on ZEST. Because, ZEST is a brand new asset. It can get very volatile. This is why instead of trading perps, which I am trading a few, with just smaller positions to experiment with what things look like, this is why I am providing liquidity, right? Because I can earn, by putting my assets to work, the same type of gains. It may take a little bit longer, right? But it is much safer, and you're not at risk for liquidation for providing liquidity, right? There are other things that you need to educate yourself on that go with liquidity provision, but for the most part, this is my strategy, and this is my why, right? I don't want to go lead somebody into a my transaction failed because it was aborted during its execution. So I must have did something wrong, right? So let me go over here and just make sure that I am targeting the right bins. It might have been all of the buttons that I was pushing. You know, GP loves pushing buttons. But let's go ahead and open up the floor for any questions while I continue to try to add this liquidity really quickly to my position so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. If anybody has any types of questions for how to add liquidity, remove liquidity, etc., please do shoot. It may have been because I was sitting here too long, and then you know, price may have moved. You never know, right? So the oracle didn't meet the price. There are many different things of reasons of why that could have happened. So let me try to add liquidity really quickly again, and I'll confirm this. And please do raise your hand if you have a question. And do not forget to go to right here in the open chat, guys, and fill out your addresses so you can receive the STX airdrop for your gas. Let's see. And I just want to read some of these comments as well, just in case we have users with no mic or anything like that. Those metrics look cool. They are absolutely cool. Lunar Crush is very based. Joe and the Lunar Crush team are very based. Here's the form here, guys. So the STX gas airdrop form. You click here, it'll take you to something like this. You just go through and add all of these fields. Enter your fields here, and you'll be good to go. And make sure you click submit. Is there any way for me to change the range without necessarily removing the pool and having to create a new one? Mac, did you want to answer this one? This is a good question to ask from Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez here. I'm sorry. Mac, so is there any way for me
Uh,
to change the range without necessarily removing the pool and having to create a new one?
so basically, what you would do is you basically think of each bin as a tiny pool in and of its own. So what you do is manually or without automation, you would then effectively, yes, have to perform a withdrawal from the range that you want to readjust from, and then reposition it down to or up to the range that you want to move into. Now, one thing that I did mention in the chat is that we'll be releasing our skills page, which you'll be able to set your agent, AI agent, to either automatically perform these in and out transactions for you, or you can do atomic sort of rebalances where if you're within the pool, within bins, you don't necessarily like do a withdrawal per se. And this is getting a little bit technical, so I will be able to explain it too well. But effectively, what you do is an atomic reposition, where it all happens in one single transaction, and you don't physically do the out and in again uh, option, which you can already do through our API and SDK. But that's a little bit more advanced users. But the big unlock with agents is the ability to kind of just speak it out, and we'll be able to do it for you.
It's an excellent question, by the way. So there are things being built right now. I really am a fan of what the AI BTC devs are doing, X the Bitflow devs. Mac himself has showed me some alpha, some personal alpha surrounding some of the things that are being built with HODLMM. These agents, they're able to rebalance positions. They're able to, go and swap for you. They're able to do a lot already, but there are skills that are continually being added to the repo. So if you set up your own AI agent, uh, it could very well rebalance in, say your position was out of range, move it for you in the future. So be on the lookout for that. I will type the handle for the AIBTC devs. AIBTC dev is what I do believe it is. Let me see. It's not devs. AIBTC dev. Yep, it is AIBTC dev. I will for updates on the agents on Bitcoin that can handle the business for you. And that's at, who is that? That was, all right. So on to the next one. So we've got it right here. Thank you for answering that immediately. We got some API docs there for you too, some really good information. So yeah, I got a suggestion here from Nuno. So yeah, the USD button there would be great, right? So we do have the market cap button now, which is awesome. Which is awesome because it makes it easy the chart easier to read by market cap. If you think that it's going to a certain market cap or going retracing to a certain market cap, do on your own technical analysis. Um, yeah, yeah. So it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. But we do need that USDH button. It would make it much simpler for, or more simple for users in general. And that is one thing that has already been discussed. So great stuff on the Bitflow teams. Like they're the way that they iterate and ship updates in real time is amazing. And can't wait to see that as well. So, can we say that Bitflow operating system, this HODLMM, will accept integration with AI agents even for swaps? I think we answered that question, Mac. Um, can you reiterate? So, can we say Bitflow operating system and this HODLMM will accept integration with AI agents even for swaps? What's the answer to that?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Actually, do now.
Nice.
As you mentioned, head over to AIBTC, and you can actually already apply the skills as well. And you can explore a lot more skills like AIBTC News, which is actually pretty interesting, which we'll be getting more into later on in later boot camps to explore that as well. But yeah, you could technically start getting ready today. You can go to their site, which I'll be dropping the link for in a little bit, and get the skills. And we'll be having boot camps as well to cover how to use them, how to install your agent, how to get up and going. And yeah, basically getting you off the ground with the basics.
It's awesome to see what those guys are building in real time. Like I said, to imagine the agentic economy uh, just coming online, being able to use Bitflow to buy and trade, buy low, sell high, um, incorporate different complex strategies involving multiple protocols. The sky is the limit when it comes to agents on Bitcoin via stacks. Um, so let's see here. What else we got in the question? So we got the STX airdrop form. So please, guys, before the call ends, to receive your STX, do go fill out the airdrop form. So that would be the most helpful agent, a reposition back to range agent. So this is what we were talking about: is if you were out of range, being able to get back into range, automatically. Your agent just identifies that it's outside of your range, and then kind of already knows you as a trader the more that you use it, and then predefines its own range for you and rebalances, get you back in range, with the strategies that you've used. um, it would be really, really cool to wake up and be like, oh, ZEST pumped, and now I'm no longer providing liquidity within range, right? You're able to do that. You will be able to do that. So be on the lookout, and definitely go. Yeah, go check out the AI BTC devs. But for now, go to bff.army and check out the boot camps, guys. Okay, follow at Bitflow on X. That is at BITFLOW. Get in the know, get into the ZEST, Stacking DAO, and Bitflow Discords, and get activated and put on your bullhorns, guys. This has been a great call. I'm really glad that I got to talk to you a little bit. If you have any questions, do not be scared to reach out to DMs or get into the ZEST and Stacking DAO Discords. That's where you can find me most of the times. I am the ZEST and Stacking DAO community manager.